It is now 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. We do begin with some breaking news out of Northwest this morning. I'm Tanaya Wright.
And I'm Corey James. D.C. police are investigating a shooting on Florida Avenue. Let's get right to Joseph Omo, who is live at the scene. Joseph, what can you tell us?
Hey, Corey, Tanaya, good morning to the both of you. Let's just start off with the most important update here. This is not an active scene. What you're seeing happening right here behind me is just simple investigation at this point. Police trying to figure out what led up to one man dying and another woman ending up in the hospital this morning. We still don't have any word on a suspect or a motive. What happened here earlier this morning? I'm going to step out of the way so that way you guys can get a fuller picture here of the scene. We are on Florida Avenue Northwest, just a couple blocks away from where Florida Avenue and Rhode Island meet, where they intersect. Now, this is mainly a residential area. As you can see, lots of row homes here, not a lot of commercial shops here between grocery stores or restaurants. It's mainly just a residential area, again, off of Florida Avenue Northwest. At this point, it is just standard investigating happening behind us. Again, we are told that at least one person has died and another woman is in the hospital. That biggest question still remains this morning. Are there any other victims? But number two, what about a suspect? Do we have anybody in custody? Do we have anybody that we need to be on the lookout for? We haven't heard from police, but hopefully we will hear from some type of supervisor or PIO later on this morning. And once we get that information, we'll bring it to you live on DC News Now. I'm Joseph Omo reporting in Northwest.
All right, Joseph, thank you. Breaking news this morning. One person taken to the hospital after a crash sent a car down a ravine in Silver Spring.
That's right. This happened at the intersection of New Hampshire Avenue and Piney Branch Road. Now, that is right near a branch of the Anacostia River and the Northwest Branch Trail. We will give you more information as that information comes into our newsroom. As we're heading out the door right now, no need for the umbrella. The radar is all clear, and it will remain clear through the day today as high pressure is returning to the region. That high pressure just back out towards our west right now. Notice that this cold front that swept through a couple of days ago, that's still meandering just off the coastline there, but we're seeing satellite is all clear. However, a few locations seeing reduced visibility because of some patchy fog. We're now down to 3 miles in Cumberland, 8 in Martinsburg, 7 in Culpeper. We just jumped up to 7 miles in Frederick after being right about 5 miles of visibility not too long ago. Temperatures now starting off into the 60s for many, especially across the Commonwealth, but notice back out towards Woodstock as well as Martinsburg. We're starting off mid to upper 50s. Quite a comfortable start there, but back closer towards D.C. we're right around 70, 63 in Frederick, and we're into the mid 60s to low 70s across southernmost parts of Maryland. But dew points, those are also quite comfortable to kick off your Wednesday morning commute. 50s out towards the west, closer towards D.C. we're low to mid 60s in terms of those dew points, and that's still a little bit more comfortable compared to what we've been dealing with over the past month or so. But the school bus forecast for those kids heading out there, mid to upper 60s to right about 70. It will be mainly clear with more sun as we get closer towards sunrise. Sunrise officially at 6:30 this morning in D.C. As for the afternoon, I should say, those high temperatures back to near 90 will be likely around 90 tomorrow, low 90s by Friday. An isolated thunderstorm threat, though, returns Friday afternoon, so something to keep in mind for those outdoor plans Friday. But right now, I do want to toss it over to Shanika with the very latest on traffic. How's it looking now?
Well, it's not looking good over the 14th Street Bridge. We're looking at 395 headed north toward the district. You're seeing a lot of brake lights there. I do believe we still have a work zone in that area. Also, 66 headed east. You're still dealing with those two left lanes blocked trying to get toward the district. So we had something going on off of Pennsylvania Avenue right near Dower House Court, and that's right in the Forestville area. We're a bit slow in the area, but not too bad. This is off of the Beltway. If this is your normal way of traveling, do expect a little slowdown, but I wouldn't take a detour. You're okay there. Silver Spring, we still have part of Piney Branch Road blocked off right near New Hampshire Avenue. We still have crews on scene there. And then Florida Avenue from 2nd to 3rd Street, you might see some flashing lights. But over to the rest of our region, 270, then the inner and outer loop, 95 is looking okay. All right, guys.
Shanika, thank you. Happening now, morning commuters are boarding trains and buses hours after a violent confrontation at Metro Center. This morning, the search is underway to find the person who stabbed 2 people. We know now that a man and a woman were stabbed right on the platform. The man was taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
Happening today, a long-awaited decision that could help millions of Americans. President Biden is expected to deliver on his campaign promise to provide up to $10,000 in debt cancellation. Now we have team coverage this morning, starting with our consumer reporter, Ben Dennis.
A lifesaver on student loans? With graduation gone and debt weighing down millions of Americans, federal loan repayments will resume after August 31st. According to new reporting, $10,000 could be canceled, a plan that would apply to borrowers making $125,000 or less each year. It's unknown if the White House might also extend a pause on payments.
Is $10,000 enough? Should it go farther than that?
So I'm in $160,000 worth of debt. Is $10,000 enough? Like, is that going to make a big impact for me? Probably not. I'm trying to live on my own, as everything else is inflated and going up. Like, this will just, anything helps. So I would appreciate if Biden hears this.
Our sister outlet, The Hill, now reports a $10,000 loan cancellation could be announced Wednesday. Until then, top officials have remained relatively quiet since U.S. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona teased this to network Sunday shows.
The American people will hear directly from us because we recognize this is an important issue across the country.
There are loan forgiveness programs for federal, state, and local government employees. And in Maryland, people with significant debt can take advantage of a student debt tax credit. More than 9,000 people reportedly got roughly a $1,000 benefit from this credit last year.
We're not slowing down. We want to make sure that college is more accessible and more affordable.
And that was our Ben Dennis reporting. Now, if you're not personally impacted by this, chances are you know someone with student loan debt. DC News Now's Christy Bettino continues our team coverage this morning with the breakdown of the numbers. And Christy, what is the total amount of student debt in the country right now?
Well, Corey, tonight, take a look for yourself. Behind me here is the total amount of student debt in the U.S., and as you see, it can keep rising by the second here. This is from a website called collegedebt.com, and this number is nearing $2 trillion, and millions of Americans are awaiting this decision from President Biden. Here's how people living in the DMV would be impacted. Educationdata.org breaks down the numbers by state. So according to the website, Maryland and Virginia have the highest rate on debt. $6.5 billion of the total debt in the U.S. is from people living in Washington, D.C. West Virginia is second lowest at about $7 billion, and Maryland skyrocketing to $35.9 billion. Virginia coming in the highest at $42.4 billion. The Student Borrower Protection Center reports every 26 seconds, one of those student loan borrowers defaults on their loan. So that means this entire time I've been talking to you, that's about 4 people. In studio, Christy Bettino, DC News Now.
All right, Christy, thank you. Happening today, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan traveling from Annapolis to Baltimore, where he is expected to announce new initiatives aimed at curbing violent crime there. But back here inside the Beltway, people in Prince George's County are speaking out after a deadly streak of violence closer to home. Our contributor Larry Calhoun of DC Real-Time News heard Hogan was heading to Baltimore and took to Twitter to call him out, saying, quote, "I sure hope Governor Larry Hogan will put some attention on Prince George's County because County Executive Angela Alsobrooks could use some help. It has been nothing but hell the last 2 weeks. Put your pride to the side and ask for help," end quote. Now, DC News Now also tried contacting Alsobrooks for comment. So far, we have not heard back. And developing now, Prince George's County Police are now saying a child who was found not breathing last Thursday was murdered. Detectives tell us they found 5-year-old Pradeline Delanoy at her Prince George's County home in Capitol Heights. She was rushed to a hospital in D.C. where she died. The Office of Chief Medical Examiner says the little girl died from blunt force trauma, and they ruled her death a homicide. People around town, from neighbors to police, left stunned by the news.
I was just distraught and just devastated. A young child dying under those circumstances is horrible.
And it's shocking because I have a daughter, she's 14, and, I couldn't imagine. I definitely couldn't imagine at all.
And Capitol Heights police say there is no prior history at the child's home. If you have any information regarding this case, you should contact police or Crime Solvers to remain anonymous.
Happening now, people living in this tent city are going to have to find somewhere else to go.
In just a few hours, it is going to be cleared out. Our Lex Juarez is live now at the encampment on 9th and K Street. So, Lex, you spoke with people staying there yesterday. What did they have to say?
Well, Tanaya, the people who are staying here, they did have advance notice of this clearing with signs like this posted all around the encampment. And they are just starting to get up this morning, but they tell me that even with this advance notice still up into the last minute and the last few seconds today, they have no idea where they're going to be going. Now, the National Park Service is heading up this encampment clearing. Their notice that they posted, I just held up, it cites public health concerns, safety issues, and unsanitary conditions. As for why the park will be closed, the people staying here tell me that they work hard to keep it clean as possible, but that it's hard and they don't get much help from the city. Now, we could even see them this morning already sweeping up around here. They're looking to the mayor to give them some relief, and they tell me that they feel discriminated against as she's giving help to migrants who are being bused here.
Miriam Browser, she has a little program going on down Union Station for the foreigners, and that's all fine. You know, this is USA. We like to help anyone that we can help, but you also got to deal with in-home first. Don't make your own homeless and die out here, and you helping someone else.
Now, there are a couple dozen people who do call this park home right now, and they tell me that most of them are lifelong D.C. residents who were forced out of their communities that they grew up in because of the rising cost of living. The National Park Service is set to be here and start clearing out the camp at 7 o'clock today, so in just under an hour, we will be out here bringing live reports as that's going on. For now, live at Mount Vernon Triangle, I'm Lex Juarez, D.C. News Now.
Our national flag has become a global symbol of courage, a symbol of all who value a free life. Where there is blue and yellow, there is no and there will be no tyranny. Where there is blue and yellow, there are no and there will not be savages.
Happening now, Ukrainians remaining patriotic, celebrating their country's Independence Day. Fears, though, ramping up after Russian attacks are not stopping Ukrainians from raising their blue and yellow flags. Today marks 6 months since Russia invaded the neighboring nation with no end in sight. This morning, the New York Times reporting more than 5,500 people in Ukraine have been killed, and at this time, 6.5 million Ukrainians have left their country in the last 180 days. Meantime, President Volodymyr Zelensky marking a grim milestone by holding on to hope. He is pledging to take back Crimea and restore freedom for all Ukrainians.